Hello, my people. Look what I have. It's a beautiful new ukulele. We got 150 of these for chorus. Since we can't do as much singing this year, I decided this will be a great thing for us to do to learn music, whether we're at home or in the brick and mortar school building. We can all learn how to play these great ukuleles. It's a fun instrument. It's easy to tote around. So I kind of applied for a grant with Donors Choose, which is a place where it's not just one grant, lots of people donate, and people did. So thank you, first of all, to those of you who donated. Lots of people from the community, lots of parents, lots of my friends and family, and a number of people that we don't even know donated for us to have these. So in, a matter of, I think I applied for it in April, back when we started on our COVID journey, and by towards the middle of August, I guess it was, we ended up with over $5,000 worth of donations. So you guys get to learn ukulele. So these will be yours to borrow. You will be able to take them home, learn how to play them, and bring them back in lovely, perfect condition, please. Be very careful with your ukuleles because we want them to last. So you can use them next year if you're here again next year. Other students can use them next year if you move on to the high school. I think you'll really enjoy it. So anyway, first, ukulele. This part is the body. This part that goes up and down, the long part, is called the neck. And then up here at the top, you have these little turny things. They are called tuning pegs or tuning keys. They are what's going to make the strings the right pitch. Right now, if you play your ukulele brand new, it doesn't sound good. And that's because it's not tuned yet. Now, because these are brand new, it's going to take multiple tunings for them to stay tuned. So be patient. Keep tuning over and over and over and over and over and over to keep your ukulele sounding good. And eventually, about 2 weeks of frequent tuning, they'll probably settle in and stay a little bit better. So these strings, there are 4 of them. Move this down so you can see more ukulele and less of Mrs. Groves. I know everybody's excited about that. Down here at the bottom string is A. That's called the first string. The second string from the bottom, right here, that one is E. The third string from the bottom, right here, that one is C. And the top one is G. So we have A, E, C, G. Okay, so we're going to tune these up so they sound like those notes would on a well-tuned piano. Now to do that, today I'm going to use this website called UkeBuddy. So if you go to ukebuddy.com, okay, like I have up here, you really only need this part. If you start typing that in, it's going to bring you to the main site of UkeBuddy, and then if you click on Tuner, you're going to get to a screen that looks like mine, and you'll see what looks like the top of a ukulele. Make sure this drop-down menu says G, C, E, A. Very important that you get those notes. And then the same letters will be on the tuning pegs or tuning keys. This one has a microphone as well, and I'll show you what that does here in a minute. There are lots of other tuning websites, tuning apps that you can use. There are some for Android. I use Ukulele Tuner on Android. There are some on Apple as well, and I will send you links for that when we get really into doing the ukulele a little bit more. But this one's probably easy for most people to get to. You can probably get to it on a phone browser as well. So there are 2 ways that we're going to learn how to tune. One is by using your ear, listening and matching pitch. And another is by using your eyes and the tuner on the website here. So to start, we're going to do the first string. Down here at the bottom, A, which doesn't sound much like an A right now. Okay, but what it's supposed to sound like, I'm going to click on A, and it's going to make some noise. It's going to make the pitch that we need to get to. you can hear that it's not anywhere close. It's a lot lower than what we need. Anyway, we're going to keep going. Anyway, we're going to play this, and we're going to play this, and we're going to play what I'm trying to say, and not saying very well, is we're going to click on the A, we're going to play the string, and while we're doing that, we're going to move these tuning keys up at the top. Now, this string, if I follow it up, it goes to this tuning key. You can't see what I'm doing. Blah, 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 blah. There it is. It goes to this tuning key right here, the bottom one on the right. So I'm going to start making that tighter while I play this on the ukulele and on the screen. So I'm just going to stop talking because I know that's probably annoying all of you, and I'm going to start tuning. So watch this. You hear how I got a little bit higher, but that's not there yet, so I'm going to keep going. And I keep turning it the wrong way. You've got to make sure you're turning it the right way. I'm still turning it the wrong way. You'll probably do the same thing. Just keep turning it. If you get it set exactly right on your lap, you can play it while you're moving it. Oh, it's starting to sound better. Hear that? Okay, we're going to keep going. Getting closer. Oh. Now that sounds very similar, but it's not quite high enough still. It's in the wrong octave. Hear how that one is la, and this one is la. We got to keep going. Getting higher. I find it helps me to hum the note when I'm tuning. You can do that if you want, or just use your ears, whatever works best for you. Almost there. I'm still going. There. That sounds pretty close. Okay, so that's good. Now you'll notice that it's going to immediately loosen. Hear how it's not the same anymore? It's just been a second and it's already a little bit lower. Okay, it's going to take a lot of times pulling it back up to that right pitch, making it tighter. And do it in the right direction, because I keep doing it wrong. Anyway, you want to make sure that it is getting in the right direction. Now I'm too high, so I can go a little bit lower. That's pretty close. Okay, so that gives us our A. Now I'm going to stop the A. Now if you didn't notice, I had to keep pushing the button over and over. It only plays a few at a time. I think the one I have on my phone continuously plays until I stop it, but this one you might have to click a couple times until you get there. But you saw how long it took me and how much I was tightening that string. So you're going to have to go a long way before you get these as tight as they need to be. And you'll feel that it's really a lot tighter than the other strings once you get started. Okay, and you hear how much better it sounds when it's tight like that. Now I'm going to go to E, and this time I'm going to show you the other way to tune it. You can continue to do the others the way that I just did, or you can do it this way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the microphone so it picks up the sound of my ukulele. Okay, you may have to do some, allow this and allow that and that kind of stuff to make it work, but you want to use your microphone. So I'm going to play the E string, okay, and see what note it gives me. Pretty much nothing because it sounds awful. I know it needs to be a lot tighter, so I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up and see how close I can get. So I'm getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And you can feel it if you're going the right direction because it does get tighter. And I'm going to try to get way up to where it needs to be for E. Got it to E flat, which is pretty close, but it still needs to go a little tighter. Okay, and what's going to happen when you get it right is it's going to line up, the lines on this one. The one I have on my phone turns green. It goes from red to green. So whichever one works, you can figure out how it works. But here, still, it went back down to E flat, so I've got to tighten it up again. Oops, I hit the wrong one. Need to be tighter. Ooh, now I went up to F. I've got to go back down. Okay, it's calling it E. So it's close. Going back and forth between E and E flat. So let's make it a little bit tighter. Still needs to be tighter. It's a little, it's close, giving me an E, but it's still not quite where it needs to be. Looks like it's going the wrong direction, so I'm going to just keep adjusting that tuning peg until it gets really close to there in the middle for E. Not too far. Hard to get it adjusted just right. And if you don't get it exactly the same, it's okay. But you want to get as close as you can so it sounds good together.
Zach, we're going to make one adjustment to our schedule today. The Related Arts team will be actually at 1:15 today, and the resource team will be at 2:15.
Just ignore the announcements. You know how that goes. And you can see it's a little frustrating. I don't even know what I'm playing here. It gets a little frustrating when it's not quite right. You have to just keep adjusting, figure out what direction you're going in. That's an E, so I'm pretty close there. So you have A, which you can see it's on a G sharp now, so it's not quite A, it loosened a little bit, and E. Okay, and then you can do the same thing with the other two. Whichever way works best for you. Now I find that I like to use the pitches to start with, the keys, to click on them and do it by ear first, and then when I get close I like to use the microphone that'll get me right on the money, because my ears may not be exactly right because I'm old and all that stuff. So anyway, just do that with all 4 of your strings, and then you'll eventually get it to sound really good, and we'll learn some chords and some notes and some songs. See you soon.